Hey Denver Broncos fans, welcome to another video here on the channel where we'll be discussing the future of our defense and the talents that could change the course of our 2025 season. The Broncos' defensive rebuild is in full swing, and with it comes an intense analysis of prospects who could be key to our return to the top of the AFC West. Today we're focusing on the University of Texas Pro Day, where the Broncos were keeping an eye on four names that could be pivotal for the team. We'll talk about Alfred Collins, this monster standing at 6'4" and 330 lbs, who could be the solution to our defense against the running game, and how he compares to a player like Vita Vea from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Also, what can we expect from Barron Sorrell, who has stood out not only for his talent as a pass rusher, but also for his versatility, which could fit perfectly into Vance Joseph's system. And, of course, we can't forget Bill Norton and Vernon Broughton, two high-risk, high-reward bets, but with incredible potential to strengthen our defensive line. With no first-round picks in the draft, what do the Broncos need to do to hit the mark with their selections and ensure our defense is a force in the league again? If you're a Broncos fan and eager to see how the team will strengthen up, stay with us until the end of the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel because the 2025 season is coming and the Broncos are primed for a comeback. Let's go on this journey toward defensive glory. Let's get started. The Denver Broncos are in a crucial phase of defensive rebuild, and their intense scouting agenda reflects the urgency to strengthen the team for the 2025 season. The team has been evaluating talents from various college programs across the country, with special attention to the recent Pro Day at the University of Texas, where defensive line coach Jamar Cain was present to observe four promising prospects who could play key roles in the franchise's future. The search for a dominant nose tackle has become the Broncos' top priority after disappointing seasons against the running game. Alfred Collins has emerged as the most convincing solution at this position. With an imposing 6'4" and 330 lbs frame, Collins has built a reputation as the top run defender in this draft class. His college stats: 112 tackles and 19 tackles for loss over 4 seasons, barely scratched the surface of his dominance at the line of scrimmage. What really stands out is his ability to take on double teams while still maintaining the integrity of gaps, a skill that's becoming increasingly rare in the modern NFL. Although not a specialist at pressuring the quarterback, his mere presence inside the line could immediately improve the Broncos' run defense, which allowed an alarming 4.5 yards per carry in 2023. The comparison to Vita Vea of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers is inevitable. Both players alter the opponent's running game dynamic completely, even without impressive sack numbers. For the Broncos, who saw DJ Jones struggle with consistency at the position, Collins would represent a significant upgrade. The challenge will be whether he's available in the second round, where the Broncos have their first pick. Recent history shows that nose tackles of his profile tend to fall to the third round, which could present an opportunity for Denver, but waiting could risk losing him to a direct competitor. Barron Sorrell offers a completely different profile, but one that's equally valuable to the Broncos' needs. As an edge rusher, Sorrell impressed not only at the Texas Pro Day, but throughout his college season and at the Senior Bowl. His 22.5 career sacks show a consistent ability to get to the quarterback, while his performance in agility drills, including a 4.75's 40-yard dash for a 265-pound player, reveals exceptional athleticism for his position. What makes Sorrell particularly interesting for the Broncos system is his versatility. He's demonstrated the ability to play both as a defensive end in a 4-3 scheme and as an outside linebacker in 3-4 formations, which aligns perfectly with the multiple looks defensive coordinator Vance Joseph likes to present. However, like many young pass rushers, Sorrell needs to develop greater consistency. His game against Oklahoma in 2023, where he had no sacks and limited impact, shows there's work to be done in terms of developing a game plan against more experienced tackles. The good news for the Broncos is that under Jamar Cain's guidance, who has a proven track record of developing players like George Karlaftis and Sam Williams, Sorrell could reach his full potential. A third-round selection for Sorrell would be considered excellent value, especially since the Broncos need depth. At the position after Randy Gregory's departure, Bill Norton represents a riskier project, but with high potential. With impressive physical measurements, 6'7" and 340 lbs, Norton has the type of body NFL scouts dream of molding. His main issue is a lack of experience, with only 789 snaps. In his entire college career, Norton is clearly a work in progress. However, in games against elite programs like Alabama and Georgia, he showed flashes of the kind of physical dominance that can't be taught. For the Broncos, who have 3 sixth-round picks, Norton is worth the risk as a low-cost gamble. The ideal model would be the development of Jordan Davis with the Eagles, a giant who needed time to adapt to the professional level, but is now a key piece of their defense. Vernon Broughton completes the quartet of Texas prospects who caught the Broncos' attention. As a defensive end in a 3-4 scheme, Broughton offers a rare combination of size and athleticism. His 34-inch vertical jump for a 300-pound player is exceptional and suggests untapped potential as an interior pass rusher. The comparison to Eric Armstead is appropriate. Both players can wreak havoc when lined up against less athletic guards. For the Broncos, who may see Zach Allen depart after 2025, Broughton would represent a developmental option in the 4th or 5th round. The historical context is important here. Since the days of Trevor Pryce, the Broncos have struggled to maintain consistency along the defensive line. The investment in Mike Purcell brought stability, but not excellence. Meanwhile, the modern NFL sees more and more teams prioritizing the running game, with creative schemes that exploit unbalanced defenses. The selection of Collins or Norton would be an acknowledgement of this reality. You simply can't compete in the AFC West without being able to stop the runs of Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb, and Josh Jacobs. The Broncos' draft strategy will be fascinating to watch. Without a first-round pick, lost in the acquisition of Sean Payton, the management team needs to nail their mid-round selections. The ideal scenario likely involves selecting Collins in the 2nd round to immediately address the run defense issue, followed by Sorrell in the 3rd round to add depth to the pass rush. Broughton and Norton would be smart bets in the later rounds, providing the coaching staff with raw materials to develop. Lessons from previous drafts should serve as a warning. The pick of Patrick Surtain II in 2021 was a success, but neglecting the offensive line in that same draft proved costly in the following years. Similarly, the selection of Nick Bonito in 2022 has yet to produce the expected results. The balance between immediate need and long-term value will be crucial, and that's where players like Collins and Sorrell become so attractive, as they offer both. Ultimately, the Broncos' success in this draft may hinge on their ability to identify and develop defensive talent like these Texas prospects. In a division as competitive as the AFC West, where every game is a battle, having a solid run defense can be the difference between a successful season and another year of frustrations. Jamar Cain and his scouting team's work in the coming months will be pivotal in determining whether these players will wear the Broncos uniform and if they can help the franchise return to its glory days of defense. So, Broncos fans, what did you think of this video about the team's moves and the defensive prospects that could make a difference next season? Will the team finally solve its run defense issues and improve the defense? Share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on everything Broncos and the 2025 draft. And of course, share with your friends who are also fans of the team. Let's strengthen our fan base together and stay tuned for everything to come. See you in the next video.